Hello there, it's Aussie Star Wars Nerd, and one of the biggest questions that I had about Jedi Survivor was how did Ravis die that easily, or is he even dead? Now for those of you who are unfamiliar with Ravis' species, he is a Gendai, and they were known throughout the galaxy for being basically immortal. Gendai lacked most of the organs that would be essential to most Star Wars creatures. They had no heart or lungs, and the only part of their body that had any form was their head, which had the only organ in their body, being a brain. Their head varied from looking like this, to looking like how we see Ravis. They were basically a massive ball of random muscle. If any of their limbs were cut off, they would grow them back within a matter of minutes. They get stabbed by a lightsaber, nothing happens, they get blown up, still nothing. So how could a Gendai actually die? Gendai could only be killed in 3 ways. One of them was by completely disintegrating them, like Anakin did when he killed the Gendai bounty hunter Dirge by sending him into a star. Another way that they could be killed was by cutting them up into pieces and scattering them all across the galaxy. Now both of these options are pretty inconvenient, and Cal clearly doesn't do either of them. Which brings me on to the final way that a Gendai could be killed. Remember how earlier I said that the only organ that a Gendai had was a brain? Brains happen to be quite important, so you would assume that if someone cut it in half with a lightsaber, that might just kill them. Now I know what you're thinking, Cal didn't cut Ravis' head in half, he cut it off. But did he? I want you to pay close attention to this scene. Now while it looks like Cal has cut off Ravis' head, we don't see it hit the floor, meaning that it has to be still attached to his body. Which is why I think Cal has hit him here, and then gone down like that, leaving Ravis' head still attached to his body, but just split in half, right through where his brain would be. This would also line up perfectly with the direction of Cal's saber as he kills Ravis. Now I know that some of you watching this video would think that they just don't want to show a decapitated head because that's too violent. But we have already seen all of this in the game, so I don't think that's the case. The final thing we need to think about is how would Cal have known about Ravis' species and how that he could regenerate limbs. I mentioned Dirge earlier, and he was a fairly well-known guy who fought alongside the CIS during the Clone Wars. And we know that Cal was a Padawan during the Clone Wars, so maybe his master, Jaro Tapal, had heard about the existence of the Gendai species and told Cal about it. It's also possible that Cal heard about it from clones or another Jedi. Either way, let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments below. And if you would like to know how Seer nearly killed Darth Vader, then click the video on the end screen. Thank you for watching and may the Force be with you.